Welcome to Kung Fu Havoc number 2. I'm going to make two parts of this video. Welcome to TikTok. There's going to be two parts of this video, but it's only going to be one part on TikTok. The rest of it's going to be on YouTube at Kung Fu Havoc number 2, so you're going to have to come watch it there. For those who are on YouTube, you're already here. So we're going to talk about range fighting and controlling the range. And the only reason why I need to do this video, okay, there's a lot of reasons why I need to do this video, but for TikTok, I need to do this video because a lot of people who are learning martial arts or teaching martial arts aren't teaching everybody what they need to know about fighting. Yeah, you can go to the dojo and you can get all the black belts, rewards, and championships you want, but fighting experience will always be your teacher. I had a little bit of an argument with one of my nephews today, and I'm one of them people. I've never had to learn the hard way, because life's always been hard for me. I've never had to learn the hard way. I've learned by watching other people screw up. So I know that I'm not supposed to do that. I don't talk jazz, I'm old school. If we're about to go fisticuffs, we ain't doing all that damn talking. No, we are not doing that talking. So the second part of the video is going to be on TikTok. Well, not TikTok. The second part of the video, it's going to be the rest of the video on YouTube, is where things are going to get a little bit tight. But for the 10 minutes that I have you on TikTok and YouTube, I want to put it to you really, really quickly. Alright? I'm 5'3". I'm 125 pounds. 130 soaking wet. No. That does not mean that I can't get my ass beat. It just means I have to work harder so that my ass doesn't get beat. So when everybody starts talking about how I'm bigger than you. Yeah. But that does not mean you are better than me. Well, I got a black belt. That only counts in the dojo. You can get mad at me if you do martial arts, but the truth is the truth. That shit only counts in the dojo. It's the same thing with a championship boxing belt. It's the same thing with a championship wrestling belt. It's the same thing in general. Your belt only counts in your profession. Period. Now let's talk about range fighting. I watched a young video today of one championship, and there were two women. One was Asian, she was taller. One was of Latin or Mexican descent, she was smaller. Now, the taller girl could have won all day with points, but she was not taught range fighting. Range fighting is very important. If you are a taller person, you need to be able to control the range of the fight. That means you need to control your range plus your opponent's range. If your opponent is shorter and you're going to win by points, you don't have to go for a knockout. You can keep them at bay all day if you know how to use your body properly. A lot of people do not know how to use their body properly because they're so eager to just knock somebody out or just to be a fucking champion. These words of wisdoms are going to come in handy. So if you want to bring the smoke, that's your problem, not mine. I send warnings, not invitations. If you are a longer person, for instance, you have longer arms, longer legs, if you pace yourself perfectly, you can keep that person at bay all day, because in most professional fights, it's a point system. No, it literally is a point system. And if you can just keep pushing them off with push kicks and a jab, push kick and a jab, you do not have to work that hard if you know how to control the range of a fight. I'm a small person. I know how to control the range of a taller person because I've had to do it all my life. I know you got reach. I know you got strength. I know that you got distance. As a small person, I have to close in that distance to get any chance of getting a point, let alone doing damage to you. So if I can control the range, if I can make sure that you don't touch me and I strike and counter strike every time you try to push me out, then I got a fighting chance of winning by points. Now in the streets, it's a different ball game. It's a completely different ball of wax, and the best thing I can do is try to get my ass in there. Now I can bait you in, or I can go in full charge. Both of them can be really good. Both of them can be really bad. If I go in full charge and you know what the fuck you're doing, it's going to be really bad for me. If I go in full charge and you've never been in a fight a day in your life, you can get lucky with a one-hitter quitter and knock me the fuck out. Or you can receive the fisticuffs of a lifetime. And that's not going to be good for you. It's going to be great for me. But here's the thing, you also have to know how fighting works. And for some reason, I can't be the only one that notices this, and I don't want to be the only one who says this. A lot of people just don't know how fights work. You really don't. Because, yeah, we can go toe to toe, but when you chin check me, if I can't take it on the chin, I'm going to sleep, my friend. But if you can't take it on the chin, you're going to sleep. Now, this is where the argument, is it better to be stronger or tougher, comes in. Physical strength has nothing to do with your ability to truly beat somebody. You have to be able to work that physical strength against their physical strength and their toughness. You have to be able to get past their defenses to actually get some damage in. And if you can control the range, you won't be able to do that. You also have to understand how there's a lot going on in a fighter's head when that first punch is thrown. There's a million things going on in their head at 1,000,000 miles a second. And if they're not focused, they're going to get dropped. All right? And if they are focused, they still might get dropped. There's no telling until the fight actually happens, because a lot of people, especially young people of color and in the streets, oh, I can beat your ass, I can beat your ass, I can beat your ass. Yeah, in your head. In your head, you can't be beat. Here's a news flash for you. Yeah, you can. Because if you haven't been practicing or you haven't been fighting all your life, hey, you've been in a few fights. Big fucking whoop. You won them all. Big fucking whoop. Are you proud of that fact? Or was it not a choice? You know, you got into a fight because somebody wouldn't let you go home. You got into a fight because somebody was bigger than you and they decided they wanted to rough you up. You know, there are reasons why you fight, especially if it's a street fight, versus when you're getting paid. Because if you're getting paid, your win-loss record is the only time that shit counts is when you're getting paid. You know, if you're in the UFC or if you're in wrestling or any combative sport, your wins get you to change. You know, in the streets, none of that shit matters because nobody's paying you to fight in the streets. Fighting in the streets is about survival. There is a big difference. There is a total difference about if we get into the UFC and you beat my ass. You beat my ass. I'm going to have to take that loss. The world's going to see me get my ass beat. And I'm going to have to accept that shit. There's nothing I can do about it. Can't undo the fight. It happens. You know, we in the streets. Ain't going to be the same. There's no rules in the streets. If I want to body slam you on a car, that shit's going to happen. If that car happens to be in moving traffic, that shit's going to happen. It's a street fight. Literally, it's a street fight. And if you ain't never really been in a street fight, and I ain't talking about these newfangled street fights, I'm talking about shit from my generation, where people bring glass pop bottles and 2x4s with nails in them and shit. We ain't been in a street fight. Yeah, you might have been in a fight on the street, but you ain't been in a fucking street fight. There is a difference. That's Generation Xers. We know what a street fight is. Young whippersnappers, y'all don't know what a street fight is. Y'all know what a street skirmish is. You know, as you know, we talk a lot of shit. Did somebody get my dental work rearranged, or you rearranged somebody else's dental work? Yeah, but that's a skirmish. It's a real street fight, gang members and shit. Y'all ain't seen none of that shit. And that's the difference maker with people who fight and people who think they are fighters. As it is, it's like this, you know. I ain't saying I can't be beat. What I am saying is, you're going to have to unalive me to do it. And a lot of people aren't willing to go that far. I know what I'm capable of. Do I care about what the other person across the aisle is capable of? Truth be told, no, I don't. Because here's the thing. That person doesn't give a damn about me. They just want to beat my ass. The downside on that is, the feeling is mutual. And I'm either going to have to stretch out and touch them, or we're just going to have to walk away. Because there's 3 ways fights come to an end. You can win the fight, you can lose the fight, it's a draw. That's professionally. There's 3 ways the fight comes to an end on the streets. 4 if you count being arrested by the police. You win a fight, you can lose a fight. You unalive somebody, and you get arrested. It all just depends on the situation. A lot of people don't understand how that works. So what you need to learn before you get into a fight in the streets or any professional, you need to learn what controlling the range means. You need to be able to control your range, and you need to be able to manipulate your enemy into your range. Or you're going to be manipulating that street as your bed. That being said, I'm Echo Fan Grey Wolf. TikTok, we're done. And YouTube, we're going to keep going. So if you guys want to see the rest of this video, go to Come Fabric number 2 in about an hour. Because I'm going to post this shit as soon as it's done. That being said, I am Echo Fan Grey Wolf, aka James Williams Jr. Catch you later, TikTok. Now, for everybody else, I need 2 minutes to post this thing. Under. Damn it. I might have misspelled under. I did. God damn it. My phone also needs to be charged up. Okay. So we're gonna finish this now. Let me exit out of TikTok so it doesn't mess up anything, and let me well, I can't cut the alarm off, so that means we're gonna have to hurry this up. Okay. So like I said, you have to be able to control the range of the fight. Matter of fact, I'll just cut. I can't cut it out because it's fucking recording, passing through whatever the fuck it's doing. Okay. So technology, man. You have to understand the control of the range. And here's the thing. At 5'3.5", my range is only as long as my arm. Nothing more, nothing less. My foot range is only as long as my leg. Now I gotta work. If I'm fighting somebody 5'5", or if I'm fighting somebody 6'5", I gotta work. It's not that they're gonna beat my ass. It's just that I gotta work so that they don't beat my ass. A lot of people don't understand that because people do a lot of talking, you know. And I keep telling people, you know, most fighters, with the exception of Wade W. Wilson from Regina, Saskatchewan, don't do all that talking when they're about to go fisticuffs. They don't. I got to argue with my nephew today. And then my other nephew got to fighting, and the first shot that my older nephew threw at my younger nephew was about not getting no ass. Well, here's the thing. That's the only blow you can throw. He's 17. He ain't getting as much ass as most people are. And that's okay, because I ain't getting that much ass either, if any. You know? So, no, I'm actually not having sex at all right now, so it doesn't really matter. I don't have a situationship or anything else going on, not that that's any of y'all's business. But usually when people throw that as their low blow, it means that they suck as an individual. Like, I didn't hear that shit in high school. Oh, you ain't getting no ass. You ain't getting no ass. Yeah, that's a high school thing. And one nephew is grown, the other one is in high school. So that's a high school thing. So he couldn't throw anything else at the kid other than, you ain't getting no ass. So, you know, it ain't your business who's having sex with who. It's really nobody's business, but the person's having sex. Now, that same nephew has been threatening to beat me for a very long time. Alright? And he keeps telling me that, you know, my fighting experience ain't got nothing on his because he's been in more than 5 fights. He's been in more than 5 fights, y'all. More than 5 fights. So the fact that I'm 49 years old and was fighting before his parents came into this world doesn't count for shit. Oh, I can beat you, I can beat you, I can beat you. I had a similar bout with his brother when his brother was 17, turning 18. And his brother kept talking. He was goading me for talking. I know you're thinking, what does this have to do with the range of fighting? I'm about to tell you. Because both of them are taller than me. No. And both of them have been in more than 5 fights. And I tell them this cautiously. See, y'all think I'm going to fight you. And it's just going to be, I'm going to beat you up. I'm not going to do any damage. And I'm going to just walk away and pretend like that shit didn't happen. That's not how I work. I'm not going to beat you up. I'm going to make you wish you were never born. I'm going to break every bone in your body. And why? Because you're not going to give me a choice. I'm 5'3". I know you're younger. I know you're faster. I know you're stronger. I know that your cardio sucks. What do you know about me? I'm 5'3", had a hip replacement, got some army training, been fighting since I was 6 years old. But that doesn't count, right? That I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't start fights, I don't do anything but send warnings, not invitations. I know how fights work. I know my way around a fight. I know how to control the range of my opponents as well as myself. I know how to bait you. I know how to cheat. I know how to kill you. You just know how to fight. No. You see, the thing is, everybody can know how to fight. Everybody can. Until you get into that fight with that one person that you probably shouldn't have been trying to fight in the first fucking place. You know, the old hats, the motherfuckers that's like been around since 77 before, and at 77 they were like fucking 35 years old. No. You can get lucky. You got the right training. Yeah, you can beat one of those baby boomer Vietnam vet motherfuckers. But you gotta have the right training. You can get lucky or not. It's not how fights really work. Fights work by me being able to take one of these to the face, and you too. Fights also work by body manipulation. If I get my hands on you, I'm breaking you. So if you throw a jab, and I step to the left, because you're throwing a right jab. If I step to the left, for karate, I'm just going to bat it off and strike. But for kung fu, when I step to the right, I'm going to clap your elbow. Right here. Watch my arm. See how that works there? Watch my arm. See how those things are moving? You can feel those. All the way there. But once I break that bitch, this don't function no more. But I don't know what I'm talking about. And like I said, you're bigger, you're stronger, and you've been in more than 4 fights. Good for you. You fail to understand the fact that you've never fought somebody like me. And that's a problem with young people. Young people don't like to lose. They can't lose gracefully. As I told his big brother, I'll tell him. All this don't prove that you can beat me. So he also beat me in boxing. And he started being so happy he beat me in boxing. He told everybody he beat me in boxing. But when I asked him if he could go another round, he couldn't go another round because he smokes weed. He drinks alcohol. His insides, he's got 1 round. Fights don't go all the way in your favor when you only have 1 round. When your cardio kicks out and I ain't even caught my second win, people fail to understand how the whole aspect of fighting works. It's a whole lot harder to move 195 pounds around than it is to move 125 pounds around. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't put red meat in my body. I barely do anything toxic in my body at all. And yet, you drink, you smoke, you hang out all night, you barely sleep. I have sleep issues too. But there's one problem that a lot of people fail to understand about people who fight. We live for that shit. We literally live for that shit. We live for some jackass to get a raw hair up his ass and come straight at us. Yeah, I'm gonna fuck your shit up. Okay? Because you can say that. And in your head, you may just think, oh, this is gonna work out so well because I'm so much bigger, I'm so much stronger, I'm so down for the cause. I've been in more than 5 fights. It doesn't matter how many fights you've been in. It matters who you fought. Because see, you could have been in 5 fights with people who just might not have known how to fight. People fail to take that into consideration. It's a difference when you fight somebody who knows how to fight versus when you fight somebody who don't. There's a big fucking difference. And that's the reality of fighting. Yeah, can I beat somebody from the UFC? Won't know until it happens. Am I looking for that fight? Not without a paycheck. But if I happen to bump into somebody from the UFC and they just decide they're going to beat my ass for no fucking reason, I'm not just going to lay there and let that shit happen. I'm going to try to walk away. But in the events that they don't let me walk away, they ain't walking away either. Because I'm going to unalive their shit. I'm sorry. You don't bother me, I won't bother you. I'm not up on this damn YouTube. I'm Bruce Lee this, I'm Bruce Lee. No, I'm not doing none of that shit. I'm Echo Fang Grey Wolf. As long as you don't fuck with me, I'm not going to fuck with you. But if you grow a set of balls and decide to put your hands on me, I'm breaking your fingers at the joints. Then I'm breaking your wrist, I'm breaking your elbow. Because you have to touch me. The second you do one of these numbers, I'm breaking that bitch. Because you don't think it can happen. Which most people don't. Most people don't think when they go against somebody small that they are going to lose. And we small people, we like it like that. The less threatening I appear to you, the more dangerous I am to you. And people don't register that shit. I'm 7 feet tall. You still a man. You're not a robot. I gotta work harder to beat you. But I don't have to beat you to kill you. And that is the part that people fail to understand when you're fighting somebody who's been fighting since before you were fucking born. Now, the nephew's older brother, again, goes, I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm gonna fuck you up. And the first time, my sister dragged me down the hall. Second time, her husband dragged me down the hall. And this is the nephew today's older brother. Him and I are good. Because after that second time, he was 3 weeks off his birthday. 3 weeks off his 18th birthday. And I did this. It's like, why you keep doing that? I'm gonna fuck you up. Why you keep doing that? Why you keep doing that? Day after day, we start shit. And I would just look at the watch. He's like, why do you keep doing that? I say, don't worry. You got roughly 7 more days. Say, what? I say, yeah. You got 7 more days. Start the next day. Why you keep doing that? Why you keep doing that? Why you keep doing that? 6 days. 7 hours. 10 minutes. Why you keep doing that? Start again. And the only thing I could do every day is tap that watch. Look at that calendar. It's like, I don't understand why you keep doing that. You know I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna beat your ass. I was like, I said, keep talking. It's like, I can talk. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I'm bigger than you. I'm gonna beat your ass. I said, okay. You go ahead and do that. And then 18th birthday came. Started talking. I said, you know what? I'm done with this shit. You 18 today. Now let's go talk your shit outside. I said, come on. I said, you talked all that shit when I couldn't put my hands on you. See, 18 now. So we both going to jail. The difference is, I'm going to jail first. You're going to get out of the hospital if you survive what I do to you. And then you're going to jail. Because they're not just going to arrest me. They're going to arrest you too as soon as you recover. If you recover. If you don't recover, then I won't be getting out of jail. No, it's just that simple. But I'm also going to explain to them that I did what I was taught to do. Because that's what I was taught to do. Since I was 6 years old, I've been taught to unalive motherfuckers. It's not my fault. It is who I am. It's all that I'll ever be. I just needed you to fuck up. Make a fucking mistake. Was I willing to do that 10 years? Nope. But I know it would be done. Because it would be over. Now I got to answer to that. Because I would have killed one of my family members. Been his own damn fault. Because of this bitch right here. So now I'm going through the same shit with his younger brother who's 23. And like I said, you know, you're a grown-ass man. You think you can beat me. And that's great. I'm glad you think that. But reality has a way of hitting people hard. Really fucking hard. My Uncle Navy, who was in the Navy, he was drunk as a skunk one time. Showed up here to tow away my car. I said, you're not towing my car. It's the only car I got. It's the same car my father died in. Tomorrow will be the anniversary of his death. And my uncle tried to attack me. Now mind you, he's Navy and he's trained. But he was drunk. Vantage me. You ain't got a clear head, you ain't winning no fights. Unless you get really fucking lucky. He swung, he missed. I had to grab him. Then we hugged and he put me in a headlock. And I had to fuck him up some more. Didn't hurt him. Won't try to. But I won't gonna let him hurt me. And he's bigger. He's 6 foot even. 6'2", I think. But shocked him. Cause he just like, oh well, your army training ain't shit. You ain't been in the army that long, you know. And I didn't get to serve a full year. I got an honorable discharge. My hip got fucked up. I had hip replacement. That doesn't make me any less of a fighter. That just means I gotta work differently. You know, I'm more dangerous now because I'm a wounded animal versus when I was all the way together before they shoved that piece of metal into my hip. Now I gotta protect that hip, and I gotta do what I need to do, and I gotta injure shit quickly. Again, you have to control the range. You're 6'4". That means you got long arms, long legs, and I need to break them. I just gotta last long enough for you to fucking make a mistake. That's how fighters work. You make a mistake, the fight is mine. If I make a mistake, the fight is yours. If neither one of us can take a hit, the fight belongs to Jesus. It's just that simple. If you hit me with everything you got, and I don't fucking move, like I don't, you know, it's a solid boom, and I take that shit like a G. And when I deliver right back to you, and you can't take that hit back, you're gonna have a problem. You're gonna wish you never met me. Even if you don't hit the ground, I'm going to be on you like a spider monkey, and I'm going to fuck your shit up. It's just that simple. Am I the baddest motherfucker on the planet? Nope. Am I the deadliest motherfucker on the planet? Possibly. And the thing is, you know, you don't know how good you are to fight until you fight. Everybody thinks they're a fighter until they get beat up. It's really just that simple. Especially people who ain't been in more than 5 fights. Or have been in more than 5 fights. And like to do a lot of talking. If you are a talker, you're not that much on fighting. I'm sorry. I am a talker. But I already been through all the fights I planned on going to. Now if I had to fight, it's just like I was taught. I'm gonna fight to survive. I'm not fighting for a victory. I'm not fighting to look good. I'm not fighting to brag. I'm fighting to survive. Which means you gotta get fucked up. I'm sorry. Family or not, you gotta get fucked up. You're bigger than me. You're stronger than me. Hell, you might even be faster than me. That doesn't make you better. That just means you're bigger, faster, and stronger. No big deal. There's one thing you're not. You'll never be tougher than me. And that's my saving grace. I'm the toughest motherfucker in this family. Whether you believe it or not, doesn't mean shit to me. But I know that I'm the toughest motherfucker in the family. You just look at me as if I'm nothing. And that's the problem with most people. Most people look at people as if they are nothing. Until that person fucks them up. I gotta go back to TikTok. My shit's not loading. I gotta free up some space. Any fucking how, like I said, you know, you have to understand how fights work. You really do. Because if you don't understand how fights work, you will. My God, you will. And you find out the hard way, you're going to have a problem. You are literally going to have problems. And if you want problems, that's okay. But if you don't want problems, understand that when you get into a fight, this is how problems happen. Now, this is how problems happen. Because you asked for trouble, and then someone brought the trouble to you. So, what happens when they bring the trouble to you, and that someone is unstoppable? Or as unstoppable as you can get for a human being. What you gonna do? Because you got yourself into that shit. And you may not have the skills to get out. I'm not about hurting people for the fuck of hurting people. But I'll be damned if I'm a lady and let a 23-year-old or 15-year-old or 18-year-old put their motherfucking hands on me and think they're just gonna walk all over top of me and it's gonna be sunflowers and rainbows and daisies. No, you put your hands on me. You broke the fucking law. And now you gotta deal with the consequences. I'm not about calling the cops. I got those 2 degrees right there. Hopefully they'll get me out of trouble. Because I'll just straight up tell the cops, hey, look, motherfucker put his hands on me. He touched me first. I mean, if I got witnesses, they're going to tell the truth. It's like, well, this is my friend, and he's been goating his uncle for a very long time. And then what? Because we're all going to go to court. They're going to tell me, Mr. Williams, we understand that you were in the United States Army National Guard, and you went to Fort Benning, Georgia. Looks here like you got an honorable discharge for failure to adapt. The one thing I'm good at, I couldn't shoot. So, yeah, got an honorable discharge because I can't shoot. That doesn't mean I can't fight. It just means I can't shoot. But they didn't put me behind a bow and arrow because I could shoot one of them. But, it is what it is. Now, court's gonna rein him in. He never broke the law a day in his life outside of a speeding ticket, if that. But that does not change the fact that he physically assaulted me by just touching. This is assault. And they're gonna say I went to the extreme, but then I'm gonna tell them why. Say, hey, look, man, how much time you got for somebody to keep threatening to beat your ass? Sooner or later, you're not going to want to keep being threatened. And I don't handle threats very well because I was bullied in high school. And all my high school bullies got away with it into the 11th grade when I brought my nunchucks to school. You see, how much of that am I supposed to take? Because words can't hurt you, but they can piss you off to the point of no return. And once that happens, who's at fault? The guy on the receiving end of that ass whooping for running his goddamn mouth? Or the guy delivering the ass whooping because he got tired of hearing that shit? You let me know who you think's at fault. Put in the comments. But here's that thing about controlling the range. I know everybody's bigger than me. I know everybody's taller than me. I know that if you don't know how to use your body, I got control of the range. I know what you're thinking. What does that have to do with anything? See how far my arm goes out? That's it. That's my range. Now, if somebody else has longer arms, like if my arm goes there and it stops at their shoulder, I gotta get in. Now, if their arm fully extended and all 4 of their fingers can touch my forehead without like bending, just straight, like, yeah, they'll probably bend up, like so. Like, yeah, they can mush me. I gotta control the range because they're longer, which means I got to work harder. Alright? Fights ain't sunshines and rainbows, y'all. Fights work with range control, power control, experience. Experience is everything. If you don't have fighting experience, you're fucked. And just because you fought more than 5 fights, that doesn't mean that 6th fight's gonna be your victory. It really doesn't. It just means you fought everybody who just couldn't fight you back to a win. Fights don't last but 2 to 5 minutes. Real fights. Not the UFC because you get breaks, you get water. Not wrestling because it's real. The moves are real, but the drama is not in most cases. But the real question is, how long can you last? This is why it's better to be tougher than stronger. It's better to have good cardio. It's better to know that you can take a beating. You see the complexion change when people get hit in the UFC. When they get hit, when a good one lands, you see, they facial expression change real motherfucking quick. Because then the person that hurt you, they know they hurt you. They meant to hurt you. That's the whole point of being in a fight. It's for that fucking victory. In the UFC, if I'm hitting you to hurt you, it's because I'm trying to hurt you. I'm literally going for the fucking win. It's also a song by my crush and hopefully future wives did the same. But the fact of the matter is, if you get hurt in that fight, your opponent knows when they hurt you. They know. And they're going to keep trying to hit that soft spot. If you don't know how to protect it, they're gonna rock your shit every fucking time. Every fucking time. And this is that thing about being able to control the range. If you're tall, I'm gonna state this one more time. You need to know how to range fight. You need to be able to control that range. And if you can't, you're gonna get fucked up. The same thing works for short people. You need to be able to control that range, or you're fucked. And people who do not know that are the ones that do a lot of talking. You can be a good fighter and still get your ass kicked. You can also be a bad fighter and beat somebody's ass. You can be that guy like me that falls somewhere in the middle, who's a strong believer in, I am not fighting you to beat you. I'm fighting you to finish you. I'm not here to play games. We kill fisticuffs. I'm trying to kill you. Straight the fuck up. I'm trying to kill you. Not because I want to, but it's more than likely it's going to be because I have to. It's also because that's what I was trained to do. Before I ever joined the army, a Green Beret taught me some shit. All of my uncles are military. They taught me some shit. They also are the same bunches except for one. They forced me to fight as a child. And none of these uncles on my dad's side did that. Only the uncles on my mom's side. And when you create a monster, you better be able to uncreate a monster. And if you can't, this is what you get. My uncles don't fight me. They're not stupid. I'm younger. I'm healthier. Because my uncles also drink and they smoke. Just like my nephew. Fighting is a whole body thing. You can't be a fighter if you're smoking cigarettes and putting weed and toxins in your body. The toxicest thing I drink is Gatorade and tea. That's it. You rarely see me with water unless Gatorade or tea is in it. No. That's pretty much it. No. I have some stomach issues, so I drink Alka-Seltzer. But outside of that, you will never catch me. You will never catch me putting shit in my body. I stopped drinking a few years ago. Do I drink? I hadn't drank in a long time. Like about 6 years I haven't drunk. I haven't been to the Biltmore in like 6 years. So I can only tell you that, drinking doesn't help your fight game. If you ain't drinking protein powders or samurai shakes, if you're drinking a lot of coffee, you might be alright because coffee's a boost, just like 5-hour energy and some shit like that. Gatorade because it's supposed to restore your stuff. Powerade, same concept. Anything that replenishes what you lose, it's okay to drink. Water is great to drink. I have to force myself to drink water. I can't stand that shit, but I'll drink it. But you give me a choice between Gatorade and water, I'm going to take the Gatorade. The only soda I put in my body is a ginger ale because that soothes my stomach. And I used to drink sodas like it was water until I got kidney stones. I ain't drunk a soda since, outside of ginger ale. So there's toxic shit you put in your body. If you smoking weed every motherfucking day because it's your prerogative, you're not healthy. You may think you're healthy. You're under the illusion of being healthy. I learned this in the army. I am in good shape for a civilian. I'm in bad shape for the army. Now, I thought I was in great shape before I joined the army at 37. The army whooped my ass into shape. I know what being in great shape feels like. And I'm not there. And I've had to cut way back just because the army is like, well, you had this hip replacement. And we will replace the other one, but we're not replacing the one that we replaced. So if you fuck up, that's on you. So I can't fuck up, until I get a decent job. So if Disney gives me a decent job, that would be great. But, fact of the matter is really quite simple. If you're smoking weed or cigarettes, or you're putting toxics in your body, you're killing yourself from the inside out. Why else I'm 49 and look like I'm not? Because I don't put toxic shit in my body. The only toxic meat I eat is probably pork chops and baby bacon. I don't fuck with sausage. Had a bad experience. But the toxic shit that you eat or drink fucks with your body. The safest drinks that I know of, tea and Gatorade and water. My Gatorade's made from water. You see me make the powdered Gatorade all the time. But you can still buy Gatorade at the store too. Like I said, the only soda you're going to catch me with is a ginger ale. Unless there's absolutely positively nothing else. But I will drink that soda before I drink water. Because I don't like water. I really don't fuck with soda, but I don't like water any more than I like soda. So I'm going to end this video here. And I'm going to end this video, hopefully, peacefully, with a teachable moment. Your fighting experience is what counts. Every bit of your fighting experience is going to get you through most of your fights. Your cockiness is not. You can be cocky all you want. I can beat this guy. I can beat that guy. Yeah. Right here. Until that shit comes the other way. I do need to make a bonus. So I will make a bonus video. It's going to make me sound like a hypocrite and a contradictory. But I'm giving you that right now. It's going to make me sound like a hypocrite and a contradictory. You know what? Fuck it. We're not going to make the bonus. We're just going to talk about it right here. I spoke about this before. And I'm going to speak about it again. Some shit came across my FYP about fighting Samoans. Because Samoans are bred to fight. Samoans aren't the only people bred to fight. I understand that. And I got mad respect for Samoans. I got nothing against Samoans. And though they are bred to fight, understand, there are other people also bred to fight. So, someone that I followed did a video, and I know they were just playing, and they, like, you know, he's about to get me fucked up by a Samoan. And another person did it. So, Samoans have a reputation for being badass fighters. A lot of people fail to understand one thing. They're still human. Can still be beaten. And again, I mean no disrespect to Samoans, because no Samoan's gonna look at a half-breed guy like me and say, oh, that little guy ain't shit. I can fuck him up. Then again, they just might. But like I said, you don't know if you can beat anybody until you fight them. You really don't. And that's why when my nephew was talking about, I can beat you, I can beat you. I was like, yeah, in your head. Yeah, you can beat anybody in your head. I said, but you ain't never fought me. I've been in more than 4 fights. It's like, so? I've been fighting since before your goddamn ass came out of your daddy's dick. Big fucking whoop. You've been in 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 fights. From the age of 6 to 12, all I did was fight. Damn near every day after school. Won them all. The only person on earth who's ever whooped my ass in a real fight has been my big sister. Because Kung Fu ain't got shit on that windmill. I lost a sparring match. Lost a couple of them. But I improved my fighting game after that. And most of the people that I've lost to wouldn't come back and fight me again. Especially that guy from New York that I told y'all about. He refused to fight me again. And as my nephew, that's the only thing we got in common. Well, you beat me before, so you can beat me again. And like I said, he beat me in boxing, so he think he hot shit. And I said, the only reason you beat me in boxing is because I'm not a boxer. I said, now, you also didn't allow me to use my feet. Because I'm better with my feet than I am with my hands. No. But see, here's the thing in the streets. In the streets ain't no motherfucking rules. If you think that you just gonna beat my ass and not allow me to use my feet, it doesn't work like that in the streets. We fighting. You ain't beating shit here. You think you beat me because you got lucky and beat me in boxing, but yet you couldn't go another round. You know? No cardio. Because of the shit that he puts in his body. Like I said, I live for this shit. No. Did you beat me? Or did I let you beat me? To make your ego swell. I know for a fact, you ain't beat nothing but 1 round. And you couldn't go another one. So, did you really win? Or did you just tap out without tapping out? Fights don't work like that in real life. In fights in real life, you're not gonna square with somebody and say you can't use your feet. Psh, who the fuck are you? You square with somebody in real life and you start a fight. You better believe everything in their mama gonna be in that fight. And if you think that's not how it happens, you're wrong. And I'm sorry if I piss anybody off, because the truth is the truth. If I get into a fight with you in the streets, in the motherfucking streets, not in the boxing ring, not in the UFC cage, in the motherfucking streets, my chances of winning are up here. Regardless of who the fuck you are, my chances of winning are up here. Because the first thing you're going to do is you're going to look at me and see a little small guy, 5'3", 125 pounds. The first thing you're going to think is this is a fucking joke. I like it like that. Because you done already threw this fight to me. Might watch a couple of YouTube videos. Yeah, I know all your moves. I know all your tricks. If you would have been watching my videos, then you ought to know I'm not going to do none of that shit when we fight. Outside of basic karate, basic kung fu. I'm not going to sit here and try to jump and spin kick you. I'm not going to try anything dumb. I'm not going to run and knee you. I'm going to fucking fight you. And when that fight happens, it's only going to have one result. I'm going to jail, and you're going to the hospital. And when you get out of the hospital, you're going to jail. By the time this shit goes to court, I'll be getting ready to get the fuck out anyway. Because you can't give me but so much time for assault. No. Now, if they try to give me assault with a deadly weapon, how? I can't take off my hands. I can't unskill myself. So you can't give me assault with a deadly weapon. You can give me assault with extreme prejudice, but at that same time, if I'm defending myself, how can you say it was extreme prejudice when that's what I've been trained to do since I was 6 years old? How can you say that it's extreme prejudice? It's all I fucking know. Am I good at it? Probably not as good as I was when I was 6. But that doesn't change the fact that I can still do it at 49. You know, been around the block. You know, I've choked out many motherfuckers bigger than me in real fights. And why did I do that? Motherfuckers wouldn't let me go home. First time we moved over here, I choked a dude on the park 3 times in less than 20 minutes because he thought he was badass because he was bigger than me. Bigger ain't always better. You don't know that I got in so many goddamn fights that I stopped counting the motherfuckers. From 6 to 12, I got in fights damn near every day. Wasn't a choice. Uncles dragged me there, made me fight. You either fight him or you fight us. By the time I got to Keller's, hadn't really been into a fight until, because I was 16. The last physical fight I got into, I was 15. But I had gotten into a fight that whole week. I got into like 3 fucking fights, and only 2 of them was physical. 4 fights, excuse me. Only 2 of them was physical. The one on Monday was physical. No, 3 of them was physical. I forgot about the actual other one that was physical. Technically, it really didn't get physical until I did it, but I did it. So, the Monday fight was physical, because I spinning back kicked a guy who was my best friend at the time, or one of my best friends. Shout out to him, because we good. Then, the next day I got into an argument with a guy on his bus, and 2 guys, they ran from me, but I was expecting to get my ass beat, but they ran from me, so, because the guy on the bus who knew me, my reputation proceeded, and they jetted. Took a day off. On Thursday, was in a fight. Guy grabbed me, and then we was playing wrestling, of all things, because I wanted to be Sting, but my bro, he took Sting, so I had to be Rugged Ronnie Garvin. And he had to remind me that I know Kung Fu, because Rugged Ronnie Garvin was getting jumped by 4 dudes, and they was whooping my ass. He said, use your Kung Fu. I said, but I'm Rugged Ronnie Garvin, he don't know Kung Fu. It's like, but James Williams knows Kung Fu, and you better get Kung Fu because you can't make the tag if you don't. On a pissy mattress. Or a well-stained mattress. It wasn't pissy, but it was piss-stained. And so, the 2 guys in the front, boom, I clocked their heads. The guy on the right thigh, I kicked him in the stomach. The guy on the left thigh, I kicked him in the stomach. He went and got a stick, and I got a pipe and told him, you get to hit me first. Got to arguing for a little bit. He threw down the stick. I threw down the pipe. He went the fuck home. Fight was over. But I got the last lick in because I kicked him, which is what started the fight. But that Friday, that was the fight that changed my life. I was 15, and the kid that I was fighting was 13. But he was a massive 13-year-old. Motherfucker was like 7 feet tall. No, he was like maybe 6'6". I was 5'1", though, so he might as well have been 7 feet tall. And that fight made me learn 2 things on that day. On that day, I changed my fucking fighting policy. I don't fight to win no more. I fight to fucking survive. Because I thought I was going to die that day. Literally, my soul left my body. It was like I was watching a fucking movie. But I won. I was wearing my golf cleats. And all this shit started because of my little sister. Or at least one of my sisters. It's her sons that I have the problem with. And I had just grabbed her. Before they existed, I just grabbed her. And the guy, I guess he thought he was kind of doing the right thing, but we had words before, and I told him that we would have a reckoning. And at the end of the reckoning, I said, it ain't going to be like you think it's going to be. You're just bigger than me. Because he didn't know who I was. He didn't know that I knew how to fight. I didn't know who he was. I didn't care if he knew how to fight. I did care at that motherfucker's size, though, because he was way bigger than me. So, when he hit me in the head with the rocks, I let my sister go. And he didn't look that big until I hit him. And when I walked up to him and I tagged him in his goddamn chin, and he stood up, and I was like, oh, Jesus, what the fuck did I do that for? I was scared as shit. He pushed me, I slid to a stop. He ran at me, I axe kicked the fuck out of him. In golf clicks. Now, what people said I did and what I remember, totally different things. I remember hitting him 3 times with my left hand. I don't ever remember hitting him with the right hand. But what everybody watched said was, I hit that motherfucker about 13 times. I said, I don't remember that. I remember 3 times. I also remember my hand feeling like it was on fire. I've only had that feeling like 4 more times since then. And not like when the horses done bit me and shit. But I only remember 3 hits. And I remember boom, boom, boom. I knew that he had asthma. Know thy enemy and know thyself, and you shall never know defeat. And I have been living on that policy since I got it from the guy who taught William Riker that shit on Star Trek. In fact, that episode came on that weekend. He was whirling an axe at Riker, and then he sliced down and stopped at Riker's face, and Riker never twitched. It was awesome. I wasn't Riker, but he was my favorite Star Trek character. But before that, back to the fight, I had on these golf clicks. They were the difference maker. Dude fell. He went to grab my leg, and he grabbed the right leg, because I kicked him with that leg. I still had my left leg, and his parental unit showed up, and she grabbed me and started pulling. And I wanted to hit her, but I couldn't. This hand would not leave the chamber. It was locked and loaded. It just would not fire. I looked at him. He was steadily pulling me, trying to get me on the ground. And I knew I ain't got no ground game. But I did have the pendulum. And that was my left foot with them cleats. And I never stopped kicking them until the cops came. And the cops came. They picked them up, dusted them off, sent them home. Blame me for the shit. Because I had got to fighting 3 other times that week. And apparently it got to the cops. And his name was Granger. God rest his soul. He jumped all down my shit. All down my shit. And I told him, fuck you, we're moving. I didn't know we were moving. But yeah. That same summer I got into a rumble with a kid named Corey. I ain't forgot you, fella. Corey and I was boxing. Corey beat my ass boxing. The deal was simple. I'm a man of honor. I honor my word. Corey was not a man of honor. He did not honor his word. He wanted to knock me the fuck out. He didn't have the punching power to do it. He thought he had the punching power. And the rules were simple. Pull your punches. Don't hit me with everything you got. And I'm down. Because I don't have a problem losing. I don't. But this motherfucker had a problem because he couldn't beat me. Gotta get this Alka-Seltzer, y'all. I'm sorry. This video is going longer than I wanted it to. But my stomach is really fucking killing me. And so, he kept hitting me harder every time. And every time he hit me, I was the only bitch out there. You didn't hear anybody else. I hit him with 1 piece, he hit me with 3. I hit him with 2, he hit me with 3. Every time. I had no skills whatsoever. I was learning though. I was learning the hard way. School of hard knocks. It's not a fucking joke. And I kept telling him, dude, pull your punches. I'm pulling my punches. Yeah, into my face. Pull your punches. Never. He would not stop. He's like, boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. And he kept hitting me harder and harder. I said, dude, I'm going to tell you one more motherfucking time. Pull your goddamn punches. Or I'm going to beat your ass. You can't beat me. I'm Mike Tyson. You ain't nobody. You ain't nobody. And he was Mike Tyson and the fuck out my shit. And the only thing that saved him was my dad. I mean, this dude was hitting me. He had skills, yo. I ain't taking nothing from his skills. They didn't have toughness. My hits won't do no damage to them because I couldn't really get no power into them. I'm a foot fighter, not a fist fighter. My hands are reserved for breaking shit. This motherfucker would hit me time and time again. First round. Second round. I'm still bitching and complaining. Pull your punches, pull your punches. I'm pulling my punches. He's lying through his motherfucking teeth. Still hitting me. Everything he had. Time we got to that third round, I'm pissed off now. I'm straight fucking gonna hurt this motherfucker. And he still won't pull his punches. He refused to pull his goddamn punches. He straight refused to pull them motherfuckers. I said, alright. Hit me hard like that one more time, motherfucker. Hit me hard one more time. He also never knocked me down. He couldn't knock me down. He couldn't knock me out. He hit me hard that one more time. And Evil James came out. As you know, you have boxing gloves. I was like, whew. The gloves came off and I said, and now I'm going to beat your motherfucking ass. As I told you to pull your punches, you refuse. Every time you hit me harder and harder and harder. And I said, now I'm going to kick your fucking chest clean the fuck off. You want to fucking fight? Now we going to fucking fight. And I'm going to beat your motherfucking ass. I'm going to beat you. I'm going to beat you. I'm going to beat you until I can't beat you no motherfucking more. You don't want to pull your punches? Okay. Gloves off now, motherfucker. Let's roll. It's like, nah, man, nah. I was like, oh, no. You wanted to fight. Because you kept trying to knock me the fuck out and you can't. Now I'm going to break your fucking shit. My dad called my name. First, he said Jimmy, and then he said James Edward Williams Jr. Don't make me call you twice. Like I said, I changed my fighting policy. I'm no longer fighting to win. I'm fucking fighting to kill you. I owe that to him, because I was going to kill him, and I was not playing around. This was my last summer with my father as a teenager. And I got my hands at the ready. When I heard my name, I backed the fuck out. And I said, I'm going to catch your ass tomorrow. And every day while I'm still here for the summertime, I'm going to beat the fuck out you. I said, if I see you outside, I'm coming outside. And I'm going to fuck your shit up. Now, for some reason, parents got bionic ears. And my dad heard every fucking word before I got over there to him. When I got over there to him, my dad said, you gonna do what to him tomorrow? I'm gonna beat this motherfucking ass. No, you're not. Yes, I am. I said, you gotta work tomorrow. I said, you gotta work. You gotta work at 6 o'clock. And I promise you, when I get the fuck outside tomorrow, if I see that son of a bitch, I'm gonna beat his motherfucking ass. And what if he beat you? He could knock me out just now. He can't beat me. But since he wants to fight so goddamn bad, I'm going to give him what he wants. Since he thinks I'm a fake-ass martial artist, I'm going to give him what the fuck he want. He want this ass whooping and he going to get it. You ain't fighting him. You go into your aunt's house every day until the summertime's over. And I said, nah, I'm going to beat this motherfucker's ass. You going to ride your bike to your aunt's house every motherfucking day until the summer is over. You going to ride from Lakeside or Riverview, wherever the fuck we was at, over to 131 B Street. And I'm going to ride with you to Robert Little's Market. After that, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to go to work. And if you turn that bike around, and you don't go see your Aunt Ruth, when I call her at 7 o'clock, you better be at that fucking doorstep. And if you ain't at that doorstep, I'm going to beat your ass every fucking day. I said, well, it'll be worth it, because I'm going to beat that motherfucker ass. And I thought about that shit. Nah, it's really not going to be worth it for my dad to beat my ass every fucking day. So, fuck it. I went there. So, he dodged that bullet. I never saw that kid again. And so, Corey, if you're out there, I don't give a fuck if you don't forgive me. But just remember one thing. When somebody tells you to pull their punches, you should probably pull your punches. And the only thing that saved you was my dead daddy. Anyway, so I came back home. We had moved, so we got over here. and hadn't been home a whole week and had to fight somebody bigger than Corey and had to choke this motherfucker out in the park 3 fucking times. I walked our dog to the park. He pooped, cleaned it up, came back home. I wanted to see how the park was because I hadn't been there before. You know, got to the park. This motherfucker come down there thinking he a badass. Said he wants to fight me. Okay? I didn't want to fight him. The first damn thing I said, look, man, I just want to go home. I don't want to hurt you. I want to go home. He was bigger than me. So when I said, I don't want to hurt you, motherfucker laughed in my face. You can't hurt me. You just a little guy. You can't hurt me. Nobody can hurt me. I'm the baddest motherfucker on the block. Okay? This is my block. I run this shit. I run everybody on this block. Ain't gonna be trying to bitch out. You can have the block. You can't have me, but you can have the block. I just moved here. I don't want no problems. I'm going home. You gotta get through me. Dude, you don't know me. You don't want to do this shit. I don't want to hurt you. You keep saying that shit like you somebody. It's like, motherfucker, I grew up in the projects. You do not fucking know me. Oh, I got you. And then he went to grab me. It was his first fucking mistake. Actually, it was his second fucking mistake, because his first motherfucking mistake was laughing in my face when I told him I don't want to hurt him. And when I put him in this motherfucking chokehold like this, his head's in this area. And I put my knees in his back. And we're on the ground, right at that little fence down there. And I'm choking the fuck out of him. I said, I fucking warned you. I fucking told you I ain't want to hurt you. But nah, you got to be a big man. You got to let black pride get in the fucking way. I said, how you feel right now? Because I'm choking the fuck out your ass, you stupid motherfucker. I said, just let me go, man. Let me go. I said, nah, because if I let you go, you're going to try it again. I ain't going to try it again. Me and my dumbness. I'll tell you guys this story before. I might as well finish it off. I let him go. Dumb son of a bitch got up and tried it again. Other side, because this is my strong arm. Now I'm choking the fuck out of him. Got my knees in his back again. Because some people just don't learn from the first time. This is why the same thing I keep telling my nephew. Dude, I've been fucking trying to fucking kill people since I was 6 years old. Because that's what I was fucking taught to do. It's not going to work out like you think. Because everybody who thinks they can beat me generally winds up fucking losing to me at the end of the goddamn day. And I choked this motherfucker again. Choking the shit out of him. I said, man, I done warned you twice already. Why the fuck do you think you can beat me? Oh, because you bigger? That's got nothing to do with this fucking fight. You just thought you was going to come down here and just run ruckshaw all over my shit. Because I'm a tiny little man. I said, are you learning? No, man, let me go. I ain't going to do it tomorrow. Okay. I was dumb twice. Let him go. Motherfucker tried it again. This time I put him in a cobra crutch. So his head's in this tiny spot. And I'm pushing down and pushing up. I said, now, I tried not to have to do this shit to you. And now I'm going to have to fucking kill you. Because I asked you nicely to leave me the fuck alone. So I'm reeling up and I'm driving my knee into his back. Again, we're laying on the ground. On my right side. And I'm choking down. I'm pushing up. And I was like, see, all you had to do was just let me go the fuck home. But you didn't want to do that. You wanted to be a badass, right? So what did you learn? That just because you're bigger than somebody, that you can beat their ass? No, I think you're learning that just because you are bigger doesn't mean that you can't get killed about this motherfucker. The bigger you are, the better I like it. Because you don't think I can do shit to you. And now you're getting the fucking shock of your life. See, we got options now. Because I done almost took your life 2 times. And now I'm going to take your life. Because you want to be fucking stupid. You want to be a badass. And like I said, you can have the block. You can't have me. You don't rule shit over here. You fucking get near me or my family, and I'm gonna fucking kill you. Now, when I let you go this time, if you do something stupid, you don't go home. Unless you go home in a body bag. So what's it gonna be? Now, about this time, I got all this slob and shit all over my arm. I'm gonna let you go this time, I swear. I'm not gonna bother you. I said, no, see, I went for that 2 times before. And where we at? We right back in the same bullshit ass position, but now I got a better grip around your goddamn neck. All I gotta do is just twitch a muscle and push my forearm, and you die. I said, now you want to try this shit one more time, or you want to go home? I said, because see, I wanted to go home. I really wanted to go the fuck home. But you wanted to be a badass black motherfucker, right? I'ma fuck with the mixed kid, right? You fail to understand it as a mixed person. I'd had to fight motherfuckers like you all my goddamn life, and here I am, about to be fucking 16 years old, and I'm going to prison because I gotta kill some dumbass motherfucker who thought he was the baddest bitch on the block. I'm gonna let you go, man. I'm gonna let you go, I promise. I said, no, 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 no. See, I got you now. I can let you live, or I can cripple you, or I can kill you. I say, make a choice. Cripple or kill. Because I'm not letting you walk out of this motherfucking park no more. You done had 2 chances to walk the fuck away and let me go the fuck home. And you refuse to do that shit. I'm gonna let you go. I said, no, 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 no. See, you're not understanding the situation. I'm the one holding you by the fucking neck. And I move my arm. Okay. I swear to God. I said, God's not gonna be here for this. He's watching. He also knows that I gave you 2 chances to leave me the fuck alone. If you just let me go, I swear I won't bother you. I said, so help me God. If I let you go and you don't let me go the fuck home, your ass is gonna die today. I was like, alright, we done, man. I let him go. I wiped the snot off my damn off and the spit. He goes home. I go home. And we never had another motherfucking problem since that shit. Eventually they move away. And here's that thing about motherfucking fights, yo. Fights don't work like they think. They don't work up here in real life. They work totally different. You can think you can beat everybody. Most people do. Most people swear to God they can beat everybody. And my family has jumped on my ass. Well, you think you can beat everybody. You think you can beat everybody. I said, you fail to understand something. I don't have to beat you to kill you. I can't beat everybody. But I can kill everybody. And that's the problem. I know how to kill people with these. I don't need a knife. I don't need a gun. I need these right here. And as long as their hands on my body, I can kill you. It's just a matter of which one of us fucks up in the fight. If I fuck up, you're going to beat my ass. If you fuck up, I'm going to fuck your shit up. And I'm going to do my damnedest to fucking kill you. Because that's what I was trained to do before I got into the army. That same year, I started working at Kegler's. And a Green Beret took me under his wing and started teaching me how to kill people with spoons and all kinds of other shit. So, I'm not as undeadly as I look. I'm actually more deadlier than I look. Just gotta be in the right place at the right time with the right tool. But I am the tool. Understand that shit. When you get into a fight, you need to know what the fuck you can do. Not what you think you can do. What the fuck you can do. Yeah, I've been in a few scrapes. Lost a lot of sparring matches. Got better at sparring. But when it came down to real fights, I lost none of them motherfuckers. Never lost a real fight. Never ever have I lost a real fight. Now, the real question is, why would anybody want to do something dumb to their family? No. I learned my family don't like me. So, if I happen to fuck up one of my family members, believe me, they had that shit coming. People don't understand how fights work. As Jerry the King Lawler says, everybody's a badass till they get hit in the mouth. I like to keep these. They're really not that white, so it's got to be the camera. But, could be my tooth regiment. But understand something. I'm not playing if I'm fighting you. I'm fighting for keeps. I'm breaking shit. I'm going to do everything I can to send you to Jesus. Hopefully very painfully. Because that's what I have to do. Because if I don't, you can keep bothering me until I do it. And I don't want to go to jail for that shit. But I'm well equipped to handle that shit. And out of fear of getting ass fucked, when I go to jail, everybody's a target. So they got to put me in isolation. Because everybody's a fucking target. Everybody. It's like, you coming in my cell at nighttime, I'm killing you. Because I don't sleep very well. No. I ain't got a choice. I'm a tiny guy. You gonna bring people in there with me? No. I know what's going on. Y'all gonna ass fuck me. No, fuck that shit. When I hear that goddamn cell open, I'm moving. I'll fight you in my sleep. I learned this in the army. Because, motherfuckers used to play jokes in the army and shit, right? And I didn't have fire guard that night, but one of my brothers in Bravo, Wilson or Woodrow, whatever his name was, he had what the fuck is that damn shitting disease? What the fuck is the name of that shitting disease? It's on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of it. But Crohn's. He had Crohn's disease. This motherfucker bear crawled to my bed one time, right? So I guess he was one of them people that like to play jokes at night. So I'm sleeping. And he bear crawled to my bed and I sat right up. He's like, what the fuck? He's like, whatever you thinking about doing, I'm 37 years old. If you fucking touch me, they will find you hung up in this bitch tomorrow. Bright and early in the morning, you will die today. And so he bear crawled back over to his bed. I went the fuck back to sleep. And everybody's like, the fuck was you doing last night? I said, I'm letting everybody be on notice. Y'all can do whatever y'all want to everybody in this bitch. Y'all all 20 years and younger. I am 37 years old. I'm here because I need a job. I didn't tell them the truth because the truth would have probably got me kicked out of the army sooner. I was there to die. Period. I didn't want infantry because maybe my life would have changed, but I got infantry. And my life did change. It made me learn how to value my life a fucking ton more. So thank you for the army. But I literally joined to die. My heart was ripped out of my chest. All kinds of shit. I had emotional damage from family, friends, all that shit. Mostly family. And ex-fiance. Army was the best decision I ever made. Would have never left if I had it my way. Outside of a body bag. And I literally joined with that thought in mind. I joined this place to die. So when I found out that I could go active first or whatever it is, that I don't have to go with my troop. I can just volunteer to go wherever the fuck I want. It's like if I just get through this shit, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to see the world, I'm going to die trying. Well, hip replacement and inability to shoot, honorable discharge. My dumb ass didn't get a medical discharge because I didn't know I was capable of doing that. And that was too fucking late. So now I gotta wait till I get like 60 years old to get all the military benefits that I am owed. And I get $300 a month. But like I said to people all the time, no. You will find your place in this world. Whether it be for good reasons or bad, you will find your place in this world. And I found my family in the army. And I literally found my brothers in the army. Fusco and Low and Bravo. A couple other cats in Bravo. Whole Delta platoon. Death dealers. And Bravo, I was and Bravo, I was Father Time. This is my belt. 433. I salute Bravo. 11 Bravo. Thank you for giving me life and family. And Delta, I was Old Dick. It's written there, Delta. Thank you for giving me life. For giving me a reason to stay alive. Thank you, Drill Sergeant Hayes, Drill Sergeant Amiskwa, and Drill Sergeant Umbar. I know you ain't never forgot those fire ants. I ain't forgot the motherfuckers either. But the Army was the best thing that ever happened to me. I know that's totally off topic. But understand something. If not for those guys in Bravo and Delta, I wouldn't be here. But I know how to fight. I know how to kill. It's not a game, it's not a joke. If I have to fight anybody, I don't know how to cut that shit off. That's the problem. So to my nephews and any other idiot that wants to try something stupid, I'm not going to be held responsible for what happens to you because you decided to do something stupid. Don't fucking write checks with your ass because you can't cash them and there's not enough toilet paper in the world that's going to save you. That being said, I'm going to sleep. Thank you guys for watching. I am Echo Fan Grey Wolf. This is Confederate number 2.